Who would have thought as a young boy watching early morning cartoons that in the not so distant future, I'd have an opportunity to interact with so many of these same characters on a handheld gaming system? And who would have thought as a middle aged man that I would have to negotiate with four young children just to get my handheld gaming system back? Why won't these kids go watch some cartoons? Scooby-Doo, Who's Watching Who, is yet another popular cartoon franchise which has been successfully transformed into a platform game. This action/adventure title's premise is that a mediocre television producer requests that Mystery Inc.'s young investigators come on his ghost investigation television show and compete with the show's own investigative team to solve a mystery in the hopes that it will improve the viewer ratings. The game is cleverly laid out similar to a Scooby-Doo cartoon, with each level presented as an episode. Access to different areas of the game is provided through a central location, hub, to which one can return at any time. While playing, you'll encounter three distinct game modes. You'll be spending time investigating, driving, and running as you gather clues and other items to help solve the mystery. Learning to play Scooby-Doo Who's Watching Who is a matter of jumping into any question marks that you find during your adventures. Most of the basic actions are explained at the hub, while more advanced game concepts are explained further into the game. Unfortunately, Scooby-Doo is strictly a solo adventure and does not support any multiplayer modes. Most of Scooby-Doo is presented in a softly shaded 3D format. You won't be disappointed with the quality of the graphics, which look excellent on the PSP's widescreen. Some objects in the distance will appear a bit rough and difficult to identify until you're right up on them, but this is a common trait in most 3D PSP games. Menus and load screens are displayed in a 2D style, similar to what you'd find if you were watching an actual Scooby-Doo cartoon. Be forewarned. To set the proper mood, most in-game locations are fairly dark. I found myself searching out dark areas in my house in order to reasonably see what was on the screen. The musical score in Scooby-Doo ranges from bouncy jazz music to creepy orchestral movements, and the voiceover work and sound effects are right on the mark. Movement is controlled with the analog joystick, but there is no option to change this to the D-pad or face buttons. The only control adjustment you can make is to invert the camera movement. The save mechanism prompts you to save your progress at strategically placed checkpoints. In the event that Scooby is defeated, he'll simply start again at the last saved checkpoint. This save feature helps make the title more enjoyable for younger players who could otherwise become frustrated quite quickly. Each episode in Scooby-Doo Who's Watching Who is made up of 3 different tasks or sections. In the first, your objectives are to collect clues, dog tags, and Scooby snacks. Clues are required to solve each episode's mystery. Dog tags are collected to unlock new areas and to purchase bonus items. And Scooby snacks help to refill Scooby's courage meter, health. Similar to other platform titles, you'll have to spend a fairly significant amount of time manually adjusting your camera view to line up platform jumps and search for your next objective. This can be a point of frustration, especially in areas where timing is a critical element of success. Additionally, you'll encounter some problems with Scooby and the game environment's geometry. Several times I fell through objects which should have been solid, and other times I encountered difficulty in getting into areas I knew I needed to enter. After you've collected clues and completed the first area, you are returned to the hub, where you will want to meet with Velma at the mystery machine and analyze each of the collected clues using one of 3 different contraptions. Depending on the contraption you can use, you'll play one of 3 different mini-games, which are a bit rudimentary and could have easily been excluded from the game without anyone being the wiser. After gathering all of the clues for the episode, if you wish to accuse a suspect, you can do so by talking to Velma. The second section of an episode is the driving portion, during which you'll drive the mystery machine through a fairly long pathway in an attempt to keep up with another vehicle. This sounds easy enough, except that there will be all types of obstacles, both stationary and moving, that you'll need to avoid. You will also have the opportunity to gather some more of the collectibles in the first section, including clues. If you're successful in keeping up with the other vehicle, you will then be tasked with crashing into it enough times to disable it.
Hey, Shaggy. Hey, Scoob.
Does this sound familiar?
Yeah.
Although the change in gameplay is welcome after all of the platform work in the first section of the episode, the driving segment can become just as annoying due to the clunky driving controls. The worst situation comes when you get blocked by an obstacle in the 3D environment, and it takes 20 seconds to get back on track again. One strange aspect to the driving portion is that you'll be stopped at least twice while you're driving to be asked if you want to save. In the final section of an episode, Scooby-Doo and Shaggy must run like crazy to avoid being captured by a ghost. In this situation, you will again be busy collecting all of the collectibles while avoiding missing floors, moving objects, liquid on the floor, and the usual assortment of enemies. Scooby does a fair amount of fighting through his adventures, so he sports some decent attack moves, including a tailspin, slide, kick, and slam. Some of these attacks require pressing key combinations. Enemies will attack in multiple ways using any combination of standard melee attacks, area attacks, ranged attacks, and fear attacks. Area attacks will damage entire areas, while fear attacks are usually reserved for use by the primary ghosts. Scooby-Doo's reward system is fairly limited. You can trade in collected dog tags to unlock a small amount of new music, concept art, and game art, but that's all that it offers. Scooby-Doo is a mix of puzzle solving, driving, and platform action. The gameplay suffers a bit from having a poor camera system, which requires frequent adjustment, and there are a few graphical glitches, but the title is otherwise quite playable. Despite its few shortcomings, Scooby-Doo can be quite enjoyable, especially for younger gamers. The title solidly delivers a Scooby-Doo experience with all of its juvenile charm. Unfortunately, without any sort of multiplayer support, the game will have limited replay value. If you're a Mystery Inc. fan or just love to barter in Scooby snacks, Scooby-Doo, Who's Watching Who, is worth a try, especially if you have children.
mind me. I'm just passing through.
Actually, you're not. GSI have done our research, so I know who you are. Stuart Weatherby, heir to the Weatherby fortune.
What fortune? The mansion was sold to the hotel company. All the money is gone.
I'm Maggie Sinclair, the manager here at the hotel. Anything I can do to help, please just let me know. It's hard to believe this hotel is still open. I mean, where are the guests? The ghost has scared them all away.
You're also in violation of practically every California health and building code. No offense, Miss Sinclair, but your hotel is falling apart.
Oh, I know. But how can we fix it up with no money? Take care of the ghost, and that'll take care of business.
Achoo! Hanging around this dusty old place all day long must be bad for your sinuses.
It's not the dust. It's the goldenrod in the garden. I keep telling Earl, our groundskeeper, to pull it, but he never listens.
Achoo!
So, Earl, I've discovered that you've been the groundskeeper here for 30 years, back before this place was a hotel.
Yep. Man, we've sure known our share of groundskeepers.
They usually need watching.
And I've also discovered that you were adamantly against the estate being sold to the hotel management company.
Yep.
Why were you—
Excuse me, this is my suspect I'm interrogating right now. Do you mind?
You know why we volunteered to check out the back of the hotel? That's where we'll find the kitchen. And where there's a kitchen, there's food, and lots of it. And I'm starving.
Me too.
Your turn to sniff things out, Scoob. Let your nose find a triple-decker sandwich.
Right.
Way to go, Scoob. Let's get that food. Like, let's go check out the fridge. Anchovy spread, pickle relish, fig paste, and cheese. This is gonna be one far-out sandwich. Like, was there anything else in the fridge?
No, just a ghost.
Ghost? The ghost of Elias Kingston! Yay! Run! Ugh.